Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome back for another recap and review video for The Flash. This is season 2, episode 12. It is entitled Fastlane. This episode, guys, I have to say, um, I actually thought this episode was okay. It wasn't great. There was a lot of things in this episode that kind of annoyed me a little bit. Overall, I thought it was an okay episode, and it was basically a setup episode to get to the next episode, is what and then I'll talk about that later. But overall, okay episode. I will say that the character, the villain of the week, Tar Pit, was kind of cool. That when he turned into like the giant creature and everything, I thought that was interesting. Um, but I will say though that the makeup that they had on him when he was in his human form, I mean, looked like hit like makeup or something was hair dye or something was running into his face. So that was kind of bad. I mean, so um, but overall, when he was like the molten creature, and like when he was like when he first appeared, and like almost like a T2 T well, what is it, like the T1000 or whatever, that did like the molten like liquid thing. When he like formed into a human, that was kind of interesting. That was neat. I like that. Um, So that stuff was kind of interesting. That was cool. But then we have the stuff going on then with Dr. Wells again. He finally siphoning Barry's speed for Zoom. And then he gives it to Zoom, and Zoom shows up finally. It's been weeks since we've seen Zoom. I liked seeing Zoom come back, even if it was just for just a split second. So that was cool. I really enjoyed that scene. Um, and the whole the scene. He says to Dr. Wells that he's going to keep on torturing his daughter. So shows you how just bad Zoom is. He's a terrible uh, person. Or I don't. I can't wait until we find out who this character is. Um, So there was that. The whole Dr. Wells thing. I didn't think he was going to reveal that he was siphoning Barry's speed, but it shows that he's actually a good guy. He caved in and told them, and then they threw him in the jail thing. It's just like, whoa, come on now, wait a minute. Give the guy a break. I mean, he's obviously not doing it for selfish, or he's not doing it for personal gain, really, or anything really evil. I mean, he's doing it for his daughter, for his family. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's understandable. And then they were, Joe like punches him and takes him out. I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute, dude. I mean, hang on a minute. I mean, and they really started treating him like the old Doctor Wells, like he betrayed them and yada yada. And I was like, wait a minute. I mean, this guy's doing it for his daughter. It's understandable. I was like, well, this is ridiculous. And as soon as he said that, Barry, says, what we would have done in our situation. I mean, what would you do, Joe? I mean, if Iris was in this situation, or you, Cisco, your brother, we would all do that. And I was like, finally, somebody, thinking what I was thinking there. So uh, I like that when he finally said, yeah, I mean, it's not really his fault. He's trying to protect his daughter. It makes sense. Um, and then he's like, we're going to Earth too. That stuff was great. I like that. Um, so, but then they had the stuff that I didn't really like was the whole Iris Wally West street racing thing they had going on. I thought was just bad. I mean, especially with Iris, she annoyed me to high hell. Her coming to the street race dressed up, like a hooker. It's just like, oh, I guess that's what they should wear. Okay. Um, and then she somehow finds that the guy that was in charge of the street racing. She found him when the cops and investigators couldn't find him. She finds him somehow. Uh, I thought that was terrible. Um, and then she's like got the record. She's recording this conversation with this guy, and I mean, and then she shows him, "I'm recording you." It's just like, come on. Um, and then she's looking up stuff about the street racing and telling Wally, you're going to wrap yourself around a tree, and this is going to be this, and it's dangerous, and you shouldn't be doing this. And just like, okay, wait a minute. I mean, if he loves racing, I mean, at least, hey, take him out of the street racing, but get him into something like racing on a track, which what it should be, on a drag strip or a racetrack or something to that effect. But I mean, she's like making it like all racing is just no good or evil or something. I mean, I don't know. She just come off whining cry baby. I mean, I didn't like it at all. Um, so so that's like the negative stuff. There really wasn't anything else that was really too much negative. But overall, okay episode. Um, and well, yeah, the whole thing in the hospital also when she gets hit by the glass in the shoulder, and then she's like in the hospital, like you know, she was hitting the head with it or something. I mean, I don't know. So I thought that was a little overdone and just way too overblown. I don't know. That was just a bad scene as well. Her in the hospital. It's just why is she in there? I mean, I don't get it. Um, so there's that. I will say that the breach bomb that they create, like Wells and Barry create, was kind of cool. That they finally figure out a way to close the breaches. So there's that. I like the fact that we're going to Earth 2. Like I said, I mean this episode was a setup to get to next week, trying to get to Earth 2. That's where we're going to go next week, and I think the week after that as well. So I think those are the episodes that's really going to be good. Um, and it's understandable that this was a setup episode to get to next week. I mean, whatever. Um, so yeah, guys. Can't wait till next week. We're gonna get some cool characters, cool villains. It's gonna be wild. But if there's anything I might have missed, please write in the comments below, guys. Also, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Would appreciate that. But that will do it for me for this week, guys. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.